What is the rotation principle? The rotation principle has created all the worlds of the creation. At the beginning, as you remember, the mere cognition has taken place, the initiation by impulse potentials of direct genetic states, as a result of which the energy plasma was formed. Energy plasma is a very large constructor. This constructor had to be somehow reduced to elements. UPDR serves as a method for this reduction to elements. You might remember the term UPDR from volumes of immortality accessible to everyone. It's the universal plasmic differentiating radiation. It is the analog of AIS current. This is only for your reference. It is something what differentiates energy plasma from top down. Our self-consciousness integrates from bottom up. The rotation principle divides all infinitely complex energy plasma into different cuts, into different parts. Every part is a rotation shift of a particular self-consciousness form. So all the infinity of energy plasma is divided from the top. From fully synthesized state is split into lower dimension diapasons, into separate parts. For example, if you to take one part from Rubik's Cube, you will get something more simple. If you instead take away another part, you will get a figure with the same complexity but with different composition. And if you take away two parts, you will get something even more simple, and so on. When you take it apart gradually, you will get energy plasma in dismantled state. Energy plasma in dismantled state is reflected onto the rotation principle. The rotation principle is connected to the many-world existence and resonance. So if you imagine that the creation is the infinite number of the worlds where we are present, then all these worlds will be connected to one another according to resonance principle, according to interaction principle of one world with another, one with another. Every world is connected with another world and with another world by means of cause and effect connections. The cause and effect connections are energy informational connections. They allow for various rotation shifts to be connected. Therefore, it says in the bottom part that the rotation principle is based on many-world existence and resonance, by which the rotation is formed, and this forms the focus dynamics. Can you please clarify what is implied by the word worlds? Is it my subjective perception, or perception of my focus dynamics, or some aggregate? It is a good question. I don't want to go into detail because the question of space-time is very complex. Iissiidiology approaches the formation of space in a completely different way. In classical physics, the space is a metric system of axes, three-dimensional Euclidean space where material objects move. Iissiidiology approaches it from a completely different angle. Self-consciousness plays the primary role in Iissiidiology, the one which is dismantled and is differentiated into pieces. It is completely assembled in 12 dimension. Everywhere below it is taken apart. But these parts can be connected. So the space-time is the environment where the dismantled pieces are placed. And with every rotation shift, such pieces, which can be assembled together, are connected. And the environment which allows the rotation shift to take place is the space-time. So space-time is arranged in such way which is necessary for self-consciousness to get assembled again into more synthesized form. So it's not something three-dimensional with objects. The purpose of space-time is completely different. It is the environment intended for synthetic processes of self-consciousness. So when I said worlds, I simplified it. Former systems of the worlds is a more correct definition. As every form in the surrounding world is the self-consciousness, therefore it perceives all around it in its own way, and it actually is the world. And all these together form the formal systems of the worlds, interconnected by this algorithm of synthetic processes. Therefore, any single world can only be linked to one self-consciousness form, to one self-consciousness configuration, which perceives the world in its own way, in the way it understands it, based on conceptions it possesses. But in aggregate, the way all understand each other and the way all are interlinked present formal systems of the worlds. It's a little bit more objective conception because it takes into account views from many different angles. From one angle, from second one, from third one, views from all angles onto one another. But the most interesting is the fact that there is no view from the top. It's impossible to see from the top, because everyone perceives itself as itself, and in aggregate with others, therefore there is no objectivity. Therefore the world as a holistic environment, as in classical physics, the Euclidean space, where all can be described by means of axes, does not exist. Iissiidiology offers more objective and trustworthy view. Okay, I have already talked about this slide. Additionally, this picture shows how golf club gets closer to the ball. This picture doesn't have direct relationship to rotary shifts or to 328 stereotypes. This photograph only shows club positions and not stereotypes. Stereotypes are self-consciousness configurations, what we experience, the state of our nervous system. It is when we unpack an emotion or a thought in this given moment. It is impossible to somehow show it in a picture, it's very complex, we need to do a video on it. I don't really like pictures and images, as these are too simple. They help to understand some principle, but do not show the depth of it. Therefore you can associate each position of golf club with one rotation shift, but it is necessary to understand that each of these positions is a stereotype. It is our psyche and its state, not our biology, but psyche interconnected with biology. So it is psychomental configuration. In every 328 of a second, person experiences a different emotion, hears noise from the moving club, observe how it changes positions, feels its weight. All these experiences are imprinted at every moment into his consciousness. Exactly these experiences are the stereotypes. It is not the golf club, not that man, not his form, it is his content.